It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join Paul David and Jenn Cohen as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics that affect all our lives in Yavapai County. And now, here's today's Countywide.
Hello and welcome to Countywide. I'm your host, Jenn Cohen. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we're talking with the brand new, I guess we could say brandy new, Verde Valley Fire Chief. We've got Joe Moore with us today. We're going to be talking about Verde Valley Fire District. Check out verdevalleyfire.org if you want to go to the website. Great website, lots of information there. All the things going on, everybody that's involved, all the new things, lots of great tips and all kinds of great stuff. Of course, check them out on Facebook, great Facebook page as well. If you're a Twitter fan, hook yourself up on them with Twitter because you guys send out all kinds of good stuff. And I know you're in charge of that, aren't you?
No.
You're not the social media maven over there at Verde Valley Fire?
No, we have great people for that, and that's not my forte.
Yes, you do. You have great people. Tell them I appreciate them. So, all right. Chief Moore, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah. So, how long have you been official now? How many days?
Oh, my goodness. Days-wise?
Well, we can stretch that a little bit.
3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. How's it feel?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to be back being the fire chief. I mean, obviously, I was a fire chief in Clarkdale for 8 years. Mm-hmm. We consolidated in 2016. I've been the assistant chief, deputy chief, fire marshal for the last 2.5. Will tell you it was a surprise. Yeah. When Chief Azimi said, hey, September 19th is my last day, I was like, where did this come from? And again, he said it was just time, it was right timing and everything. But so then, of course, I stepped up interimly and honestly didn't have any expectations that the board would select me to this position. But obviously, when the offer was made, I didn't want to miss the chance at that as well. Mm-hmm, just excited about getting to have this opportunity again. Yeah, that must just feel wonderful. And I really see and appreciate how the board, normally there's a time where you have to wait and everybody vets everybody and everybody goes, oh, let's see if this relationship works and la. And they went, we're good. I think that's great. That says a lot about you. Well, I hope so. Yeah, I think, again, I've been in the fire service here in the Valley for a little over 21 years and being a chief for 10 in Clarkdale and whatnot, and I believe I have a pretty good track record with that. And then these folks have known me. I started out in Cornville Page Springs and was part of the merging process, was Cornville Page Springs and Verde Rural into what is now Verde Valley Fire District. My history, my roots comes from this organization. So, there's a lot there that they could look back on and help them make that decision.
Well, sure, yeah. Your service record speaks for itself, really. You don't have to do much else. Now tell us, speaking of history, how did you get started in the fire service?
Oh, goodness. Now, that's an interesting story. A lot of people, of course, I've been at the Valley a long time, know that my wife and I and a couple of friends were the ones that really started promoting motocross in the Verde Valley. We started at the fairgrounds, and it was a little noisy in the center of town, so they moved us, a property opportunity came available where the track is situated now, although it's out of business. But between us and Camp Verde on Highway 260, we had the motocross track out there. Well, back then, I employed some EMTs from Verde Rural Fire Department because they were the department that would respond. And they brought an ambulance out, and we would pay them to do that. I thought, trying to be a good business guy, I thought I need to save some money, and maybe if I become an EMT, I could cut this in half or whatever. And so I decided to become an EMT. Well, I went to Sedona Fire. The class was held in Sedona Fire to become an EMT for Yavapai College, and walked upstairs to the classroom area, which was the living quarters area for the staff up there. And there was a blind corner where I walked into the captain of the day, and God bless him, he's no longer with them, great guy, Dave Ahern. And we scared each other. He's like, who are you and what are you doing in my station? I'm like, I'm here for the EMT class. And he looks at me and he goes, you're too big to be in an ambulance. You need to be a firefighter.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, what does that entail? And he's like, well, just to let you know, every day I work, so like a Friday, I work one day, I'll get 2 days off and benefits. You get to help people. If you like to help people, you need to be in this job. I'm like, all right. So finished my EMT class, went to my local fire department in Cornville and said, hey, what's it take to get on? And got on as a volunteer and got put through the Fire 1 and 2 academy and hazmat and wildland, and within about a year's time, an opportunity came for a job, and I took the job there. But interesting part to that story, I mean, most people that want to be firemen as little kids were see the red fire truck go by and chasing it. Thought it was, I could care less about the fire truck. Wasn't even an interest as a child. As a matter of fact, the fire station's a quarter mile down the road from my house. I didn't even know that was the fire station for a long time. So it just all came through from trying to probably save some money and provide efficiencies in the motocross business, and has turned out to be a phenomenal career. I was doing construction back then, road construction, paving, utilities type things, and I had just oh gosh, let's see, that was in the 95 era. So I just spent 5 years in the Marine Corps. Prior to that, I was in during Desert Storm, our first deployment in the sand, and wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. So I went from being a Marine to getting out and working construction, and then, made it like the other day where we had all that snow. It's a little hard to do construction in the snow. There's those days off where you don't work, you don't get paid. And I looked at the fire service and went, wow, this is so much better. When it snows, we work more.
Yeah, that is true.
Get people out of the snow or dealing with the accidents. And that said, Jen, it's probably a good time to just tell you thank you again. And Yavapai Broadcasting, thank you so much for helping us get the word out when it snowed the other day, to let people know we had the roads closed in Cornville, the roads closed going to Sedona, to at least help divert some of that and keep people from having so much grief and despair trying to get places and they couldn't, and you were able to get that word out and let them know. So thank you to you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you for giving us the information so that we could relay it. I definitely appreciate that. I like the collaboration, right now between the media and the newsroom and all the different fire departments and districts and all that's happening right now, so that we can get the word out. So that good relationship is definitely working.
Awesome partnership. So, really appreciate it.
So how fun. It started out with you are a tall man to be in an ambulance, I must say.
Yeah, a little big.
I can see that, and I can see you fit the bill of firefighter. Everybody wants this big 6'4" guy to come in and rescue them, so I absolutely get that. And as a businessman, I get where you would see the business side of fire service and go, this is a good place to be. I can see that. And of course, that you've got good experience with knowing injuries, working with motocross, so you can understand helping people through that too. So
yeah, I had some bone doctors that were really unhappy with me. I was making them a lot of business, but they hated to see the kids coming in with broken bones. But
I bet so. This is good. So instead of creating space for kids to break their bones, you're creating space for people to get help.
Yes.
So that was a nice switch.
Yes.
So we're talking with the new chief of the Verde Valley Fire District, Joe Moore. If you want to go to the website, verdevalleyfire.org, has lots of great information for you. It has maps, it has tips, it has, of course, information on the staff and contact and things you should know. Of course, their Facebook page is amazing, and check them out on Twitter, too. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more Countywide, so don't go away.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
How I define making, in the broadest possible terms, it is making something extant in the world that didn't exist. Everybody who's ever made anything is bringing something into fruition for a reason, and that act in and of itself makes us stewards of our culture. It's something that we're talking about. It's a response. Actually, it's telling a story. That's really what it is. And I include everything that could be made: painting, sculpture, welding, all of that.
Yellow is positive.
When a kid gets their hands on the world and learns that they can make their fantasy play, that they can make their reality, that's power. And as far as I'm concerned, everyone should feel that kind of power. There we go. If there's something that interests you to bring into the world, that's fantastic. Go figure out how to do it. Go tell your own story. There it is. And so I want to know why you make. Let's go.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
And welcome back to Countywide. We're talking with the Verde Valley Fire District's brand new chief, Joe Moore. So excited to have you in the studio. Way too much fun. Thank you for all that history. It's always fun to get to know somebody.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Welcome.
So, okay, so you've stepped into place, and rather quickly too, it was like wham slam. Here you are. You're now chief. What is it that you like about the district that you've stepped into?
Oh gosh, I would say first and foremost the people. The people that we have in our organization are they're awesome. They're super dynamic. They care about people. They got great work ethic. The most exciting factor is just the staff and the organization, the people we work with, the people that have come to be part of this organization, the family, are awesome. They're appreciated, love them, and value them, and they need to know that. I would say that's probably the greatest part of the job, is the people you get to meet and get to work with. The other part is serving people. We now, with the consolidation of Clarkdale, our district's 104 square miles. We have 21,000 residents we serve. And to serve people, to take care of people, that's the other thing I love about it. Have a servant's heart to be there for people. So that's what I love about the fire service. Mm-hmm. We have, a whole lot of things going on right now. One of the things we're looking at is what kind of efficiencies we can provide as far as not only service but fiscal. We have a strategic planning team from Wildan that have been in and met with the public, met with the board, met with the administration, and met with all our staff to determine, is there any things we can do better, that we can improve upon, that we can save dollars doing. What does that look like? And so we've got some outside eyes. The board has approved to go forward with that. So we've got some outside eyes looking at it. And as a matter of fact, we have another public meeting with them January 10th from 1 to 3. The public's welcome to that meeting if they'd like to attend. Mm-hmm. And then we should get the final results at our board meeting, which is the 4th Thursday of January. Forgive me, I forget what the date of that is. Okay. But the final results from that survey should come out then. The survey was made public. We put it out to the public on multiple media sites and whatnot to get their input on what they wanted in service and delivery and those things. And we got a great response. They got a really good response. In fact, we were only supposed to do one meeting in December, but Wildan had to make it December and January because we had so much response and so much input from public and staff that it required a second meeting. I'll do. They did not increase the price or anything of doing the survey, doing the study for us, but pretty excited about that strategic plan to get us all on the same pace to what we need to do service-wise.
Well, certainly.
So looking forward to that and excited for, making sure we're doing the right thing with the public dollar as well as providing the best service we can possibly give them.
Well, certainly. Well, what areas do you see now from your new perspective that need some improving?
Improvement-wise for Verde Valley Fire District specifically, we're a little bit short in staff. One of our stations would be best for us to have 3 personnel on the engine at all times. So I know we're looking at staffing as one of the major priorities to get done. We have 5 personnel staffed at our station on Goddard Road. We have 4 staffed at our station in Cornville on Page Springs Road and 3 in Clarkdale. The ideal thing would be 3 on an engine and 2 on an ambulance. That would be the ideal situation. The only place we're really short on that right now is Cornville. We need to get that up. And at times we are up to that with reserve staffing to, save dollars and cost. But staffing's one of the things I would really love to see the ability to improve on. And of course that's, it's a financial burden to get that service level up. But we're seeing a lot of great growth. We've got over 600 homes to be built in Clarkdale, one subdivision, another 200 and some in another subdivision. There's a subdivision up for sale in Cornville that's got a number of home sites available to build on. And we've got a lot of growth that's actually happened. We've got vineyards and all kinds of stuff that are coming up commercially. So those things also, with the new growth and the more people coming in, increase the workload. We're going to have more call volume. So call volume and dollars both really predicate when you can start moving up in the staffing, because then that requires more, more calls, more personnel to handle that. So that's the one thing I would really like to see us to be able to move forward on. We have some capital purchases coming up. We've got some trucks that are getting old and need to be replaced. We do have an ambulance that's been ordered. It's in build stages, and there's a couple of engines that are due to be replaced here in the next couple of years. So we're also looking at that. And of course, we have dollars set aside to make those purchases. So,
excellent.
So that's coming up. That's another good thing, another positive thing. Yeah.
That's exciting. When you order an engine or an ambulance, do you get to customize it for your needs for the area?
You do, and that's something else we've recently made some changes in our organization. We've got a whole committee now, an apparatus committee that looks at what's out there, what's the safety standards and everything that are changing, and then what best fits us. Because like Chicago and LA, they're ordering 15, 20 ambulances at a time. Well, we don't do that, but we can take a look at what they did and see if any of that benefits us. But then we customize it to fit the needs of what we need in our district. Like recently, we had snow. It's very appropriate to have four-wheel drive in those situations. We're very rural. There's many times we're out on dirt roads, muddy roads, and things of that nature. Again, four-wheel drive is more important probably to us than it is to somebody running the streets of Phoenix, where they're on asphalt all the time.
Right.
So yes, we do get to customize those.
Oh, how fun.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of perks to the job, it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, and I'm really, really happy with our apparatus committee and that team. They are doing a phenomenal job vetting every organization, everybody's options, and then what best suits or fits our needs. So they're making sure that we're getting the best bang for the buck.
That's great.
And the stuff that does the job best for us.
Well, certainly, and that's a huge load off of your shoulders, that you don't have to do all that research, or that your assistants don't have to do all that research, that you have a team that's the toy team. They get to look at the new toys.
It's interesting that you bring that up, because sales folks will come into my office. Chief, you need to buy my fire engine. Chief, you need to buy my ambulance. You need to go down the hall. Well, what do you mean? You're the chief. Yeah, I am the chief. I don't drive that truck. I don't pump that truck. I don't ride that truck. I don't use any of the tools on that truck. They do. You convince them we need it. They can come convince me we need to buy that. We'll go talk to the board and make sure that, that's the right thing, we'll do it. But yeah, it's better that I don't. I'm just going to tell you, it's better that the fire chief does not pick out the apparatus, because then the guys are very frustrated. Guys and gals are frustrated with, well, chief didn't know we needed this or that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So I see it. I think that's brilliant.
It's best done with the folks that use it and operate it, that they decide what meets the need.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah. I like that. Well, we're going to take another quick break, but we have some more to talk about. We're talking with Chief Joe Moore from the Verde Valley Fire District. Go to verdevalleyfire.org. Great website. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be right back, so don't go away.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Being prepared is a part of who you are. But it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Welcome back to Countywide. We're sitting with the Verde Valley Fire District Chief, Joe Moore, brand new, all shiny and fresh, on the job. And you've given me history previous to the show on how everything starts, how it starts out with the municipalities and the districts and the authorities and all the stuff and the JPAs and everything. Wow, how you keep track of everything. And you've come so far to get to here. It's really impressive.
Oh, well, thank you. It's the dynamic changes that are happening right now are just incredible. You know, I know back in 2001 when we merged into Verde Valley Fire District from Cornville and Verde Rural, seemed like so long ago, but that seems to be the way things are going right now. And changes are happening a lot faster these days. Of course, recession had a lot to do with that, but you know, when you take a look in 2016, we came together with Clarkdale. Copper Canyon Fire and Medical Authority is now Copper Canyon Fire and Medical District. I believe that was official yesterday. And that's Montezuma, Rimrock, and Camp Verde are together. Just some more of the dynamic changes. Obviously, I'm here because Chief Azimi retired in September. Chief Kazian from Sedona's retiring officially. I believe he leaves January 11th, and Chief Coyle takes over as the interim there. So just a lot of incredible changes happening, and we're sharing services, and we're working with each other and helping each other to just better take care of our citizens and community. And I'm excited about the future with these other organizations, and then what we can look to bring or do to, again, create efficiencies, better service. But yeah, it's just crazy how much has changed and how fast we're growing, and things are going in a really positive direction. It's great to see growth.
Absolutely. I've noticed that too. You know, having been in news a couple of years now, where it used to be, this is my line, this is your line, we don't cross it. Your fire truck has to stop here and mine stops here, and we deal with whatever's inside of our space. It's not so much anymore. Everyone's got agreements, and then with the consolidations, you're allowing personnel and equipment to flow around where it's needed versus, nope, gotta stop here, can't go over that line. You know, I like that. Everyone's cooperating.
Oh yeah, and we work really well together. Again, just in the snowstorm was a dynamic part of sharing in that. Large fires, structure fires, we all come and help each other with those. Accidents, large vehicle, multi-vehicle accidents, things of that nature. And again, the people on the ground, our staff, they're just incredible. What's awesome about them too is they don't look at the lights. They look about, that's somebody that needs help, I need to take care of them. I'm going there to do that. So, yeah.
That's a good thing. Keep up the good work.
Much less lines drawn in the sand. Much more helping each other.
Yes.
Thank you.
Definitely, I see very positive things coming.
Great.
So that's really great.
I do too. I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Oh, great. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Chief.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it that we could tear you away. The busiest man in the Verde Valley. I have to tell you, he does like 8 other things on top of this. Just a saint and a fire chief all rolled into one. Check out verdevalleyfire.org. As I said, great website. Lots of good stuff there. That's all the time we have. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time.